comedy.
If you could cast a comedy actor in a movie, who would it be?
If I could cast a comedy actor in a movie, who would it be? That's a really good question. No one in particular really comes to mind.
What I like about comedic actors a lot of times is they don't really do stand up, especially if they're a comedic actor. Like for example, David Allen Greer.
Right.
I've never
started
seen
out
him do
in
stand
Broadway, I
up,
think.
but yeah, he's an actor that's funny when he's doing lines and that kind of thing. And I guess Steve Carell is.
But David Allen Greer has actually done drama before, though.
Right.
He has, like Jim Carrey. There's been a few. Steve Carell. I think he's an excellent actor.
Absolutely.
Excellent actor.
Yes.
But if you go back and watch some of his earlier movies, it's like, wow, this is the same guy. Tom Hanks started off doing comedies.
That's right.
And it's hard to transition. A lot of people, it's hard to transition from going to comedy to doing drama. But I think he's probably one of the best examples of doing that. But look, going back to your question though, like if there were a comedian out there today, and Robin Williams as well. I love Robin Williams. He's one of my all-time favorites. But if there's a comedian out there today, who would I want to see? I'd say Mike Epps.
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
Mike Epps.
Amazing.
And I'll tell you why too, because for the longest there's been the rumor that he's supposed to play Richard Pryor in a biopic. But for whatever reason, the movie hasn't come to fruition yet. But I've seen him do stand-up before, and I've witnessed him like actually go into that character, and he nailed it.
He's amazing.
He nailed it. I would love to see him do drama.
I loved him in the movie with I think it was Whitney Houston. Sparkle. Yeah. That was an amazing role.
Yeah. Because it was different. It was out of character for him. Because most times you see him, he's always funny, but that was like the first time I actually seen him as someone outside of Mike Epps.
You know who else is great in dramatic roles is Eddie Murphy. I saw him in a couple of movies where he played more of a dramatic role.
Right.
As well.
Right. And I would love to see him do like a dramatic role. Because he definitely has the chops. Like I think it was Dreamgirls. He was actually nominated for an Academy Award.
Yes.
But I'd love to see him like dig a little bit deeper into some drama.
What would you like to see happen in the future in terms of film production in Birmingham, and also I would say for African American actors and production companies?
That's a really, really, really good question. I preach this all the time. Like one of the things that I would love to see happen is a lot of times for film, like it doesn't really matter, like in the entertainment industry in general. Like whether you're a filmmaker, you're an actor, actress, singer, songwriter, producer, a lot of times we feel or we're told that we have to go to Atlanta or Los Angeles or New York to be successful. But my whole thing is, why do we have to leave Alabama or Birmingham in general to be successful? Why can't we just, like all these different people that have that same mentality that want to be successful and see it happen here, why can't we just come together and make it happen? We build it. That's what a lot of people did in Atlanta. They came together to make it happen. Back in the day, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas came together, to build something greater than just themselves. So why can't we come together and just build something where people come to us, where we can make films here? We don't have to go anywhere. We could have our own Tyler Perry Studios here in Birmingham, Alabama.
Absolutely.
And that's my whole thing. I just want to see it be successful. I just want to see like-minded creatives come together so that we can build and make that happen.
Absolutely. I wonder if the producer, are we in trouble with the producer?
Uh-oh. But you know what it'll take, though? It'll also take the backing of officials. Officials will have to get on board also.
It does make a difference. And when you got the support from the officials at state level, county level, city level, whether it's in a city or the entire state, it really does make a difference. And it's like any other economic development project. It's right now in Alabama, the industry is looked upon more as hospitality, whereas in cities like Atlanta and Austin, it's looked upon as economic development. I think Nashville is the same way. So and oftentimes it's incumbent upon entrepreneurs and business owners to make the case that it makes sense to get support behind it. It's like what comes first, the chicken or the egg. So if you have a lot of companies that generate revenue in a city, then it makes it easier for the officials to get behind it. So sadly, you can't get seed capital or a lot of investment capital from the officials unless the company's bringing in jobs and capital
Right.
investment, and that's why the appetite is bigger for a LA production company that's doing a project in Alabama to get those incentives because they're actually bringing a lot of money. They're bringing the budgets. So
Into
if we can balance bringing the budgets in, then it can really help grow the industry in Birmingham and throughout the state.
okay. 2 questions, and because I know you got to go. So, being that we've been talking about blockbusters and those kinds of things. So, who's your favorite Avenger?
I would say my favorite Avenger is Black Panther.
Black Panther. Okay, and why?
I was so amazed when I actually saw Black Panther itself. Just his demeanor is not like that of the superheroes that are kind of flying all over the place or stronger than anybody. It was like he had some of the human elements, even though all of them kind of have it.
Right.
But his were really more human, and it was like his soul and spirit and will and his leadership. Watching him transition from not being sure if he could be a leader to becoming one. I just think all around he's just got the superhero personality. Because to me, the superhero personality is one that is very human, very ordinary, but yet there's something on the other side that's supernatural. And I think he had that more than anybody. I think Superman gets the closest.
Right. Okay. And following up with that, what's the end game for Darkness to Light Undercover? What would you like to see be the end game?
I would love to see Darkness Light Films and Undercover Entertainment be 2 companies that can show others how to work together for the common good in order to do things bigger than they could do on their own.
My man, I love it.
I love it too, brother.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Or as you say, let's get it.
Too funny.